Hey, this your girl, Roslyn B. You know me. We have the lovely Miss Winsome Bentley here that's joining us today. And we're going to talk and chat and all of that.
Experience to win.
And we're going to talk to her about some things that she's got going on. We're going to get the goody good, the dirty dirt. We're going to talk and chat and all of that. So we're going to dive right in. So how are you doing today, Winsome? Glad to have you here.
Thank you so much for having me. Good morning. I feel great. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming. So let's start by you telling us a little bit about yourself.
So, Winsome Bentley, and I am originally from the island of Jamaica. And I was born and raised in Jamaica, and then I moved to actually Jamaica, New York. So that's where I grew up. Currently, I'm an author. I am a model. I'm a speaker. So I'm an entrepreneur, and I'm here to share some of those endeavors with you.
Okay, awesome. So tell me, what made you decide to become an author? Like, what was it that made you say, okay, I'm going to sit down and write a book?
So many people know that art imitates life, right? And I actually had my own pandemic that happened in my life during the pandemic. So I'm currently 45, even though I may not look it. Thank you. But I actually found out that my father was not my father at 44 years old. And that's a very, very, very big life-changing event. However, the twist and turn to that was that my actual father is someone very well-known, well-respected, and it actually gave me an opportunity to dive right into entrepreneurship. I realized I was not the only one that actually had this situation happen to me. It was due to an ancestry.com test that I took. We had a genealogist that worked with us, and it actually led into some twists and turns where you just find out, wow, sometimes you think you know, but you truly don't know.
Right.
Whether it's family, friends, or anyone. So it actually led me to creating this business called Experience to Win, because I've used this experience to now become the winner that I am in life. So when I wrote the book is called MindBlown, and it's actually on Amazon right now, and it's doing really well.
Awesome.
Great reviews, 4.4 out of 5, and I'm ranked as one of the best sellers. How they do that is actually based on the algorithm that they have set up for how many books are bought versus the frequency, and then they rate you amongst the other best sellers that have been there. So I'm very blessed, very blessed, very blessed. Finding out about this situation changed me, and I realized how many other people actually have stories, experiences that they have within themselves. And I said, you know what? These experiences can be used to become better than you were. So that is how I birthed this idea of using your experiences to win. I documented my story. I also used it to get back into speaking, which is another endeavor that I do. I'm part of the International Speakers Bureau, and every speaker has a story.
Right.
This is part of my journey. So that was actually my story as well. I've since had people reach out to me and say, I've taken the Ancestry.com test. Wow, you inspired me. Oh my God, this happened to me too. Wow, what is it like? My whole life changed. My last name changed, my family changed, my children's trajectory on life changed. It's a real life-changing event.
Right.
And just to realize that almost half a century later, lies, deceptions, people being manipulative, a cover-up. It was almost like I was living a Lifetime movie in real time.
Right.
So I was able to use that experience, document it, and hopefully have it be some kind of survival kit or just something that can assist people, because I realized that many others were going through it too.
So let me ask you this. So the father that you thought was your dad for 44 years, how were you do you and him still have a relationship now, or how is it?
We barely had a relationship from before. He was a fair weather father at best. So this didn't change that dynamic, no.
So what about your new dad?
Well, my new dad is deceased.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yes, and that's actually part of the mind-blown factor.
Did you find out about him before he died or afterwards?
About it afterwards. So all of this happened at one time. When I found out all of this last year, he had already passed 25 years earlier.
Wow.
So he was actually murdered, believe it or not, because like I told you, he's someone very well known, very well respected. He was murdered, and that's actually documented as well, because that was a factor that blew my mind.
Wow.
Not just the levels of manipulation, but the fact that I found him and lost him at the same time.
Right.
The fact that he was murdered. It was just so many levels of my mind being shattered, which is how this picture got documented. My sons took this picture, you know, and it was just an exact replica of how I felt throughout this whole journey.
So are you trying to have a relationship with your real dad family? Have you spoken to any of them? Have they reached out to you or anything?
So that's a great question, Roslyn. I've reached out to them.
Okay.
I've reached out to them. I have a very big family, and they have been very welcoming. I'm blessed.
Wow.
I'm blessed. I have double digits, aunts and uncles, siblings. I'm one of 8. It's been such a journey, and I know everyone's journey doesn't always equal this, but I'm grateful for it because of what I had gone through already. It's a nice ending. It's a nice ending to a story.
That's a blessing for you.
Yes,
so let me get this. This is her book, MindBlown. So what I'm going to do is we're going to pause right here for a second, and we'll be right back. And don't you go nowhere. Hey, it's your girl, Roslyn B, and we have the beautiful Miss Winsome Bentley here. And we're still talking about her book, Winsome, a novel by Winsome. The book is called MindBlown. And I'm going to read the synopsis. It says, life, shaking my head. Have you ever had the wind knocked out of you? Ever felt surreal within a moment in time? Looked around wildly and said, no, this isn't real. What about real gut-wrenching tears, not cried? If you have ever been deceived to the highest levels of unbelievability or answered yes to any of these, then you feel my pain and understand my journey. Join me. Let's see how this turns out. Hindsight, insight, and foresight, life's trifecta, created by Experience to Win Winsome.
That's me.
So this is about some of what you just said. So this pretty much sums it up.
Yes. Okay. So definitely that was, thank you so much, Roslyn. That is actually a really, really, really brief summary of everything that happened. Because
we want y'all to read, we want y'all to get the book. So we ain't gonna go dive, but this is
life-changing. And one of the things I want you to know, everyone has a story.
Yes.
Everyone has a story.
Yes.
I have one, you have one, Roslyn has one, everyone has one. This is mine. And mine is actually something that everyone can connect to. Everyone can connect to it for various reasons. 1, everyone has been deceived in some way, shape, or form. 2, we all know a manipulative person, whether it's our family, friends, co-workers, someone in the church. It doesn't matter who it is. That's correct. And who hasn't had their life rocked? You know, you've kind of felt like you swayed off your square. Maybe it didn't come off your square and didn't fall off your square, but we've all had our story. Right. But there's a lot of people that are actually living this life and either 1, are unaware, or two are aware but are they're afraid to deal with it. You know, these earth-shattering truths are not easy to deal with. It takes courage, it takes time, it takes patience, and that's where I come in. I was not going to fall in line and be a part of almost a half a century secret that someone wants to keep because, you know, their own personal reasons. That's not it. And I'm glad I did, because to find a new family this late in life, to make connections with them and things like that is not easy. You know, I'm one of 8. I had to tell my story to 7 different people, 7 different personalities, 7 different times.
Wow.
Answer their questions, hope that they care, you know, and then for them to actually be willing to take
and embrace you.
Yes, and take the DNA test, which actually ultimately proved it. So to pay homage to my dad, I ended up changing my last name. So that's where the Bentley came from. So I'm actually part of the Bentley.
So was he like a celebrity or something? Or
He's pretty well known.
Because I keep hearing that name Bentley, and I don't know. I remember a Bentley back in the days.
He's well respected. He's well known, and you know, I'm proud. It's funny because my name is very similar to his, you know, and when you meet this new family and they embrace you and they show you pictures, I actually favor him and his mom and his sisters.
Wow.
And when you find that in life, it's almost like a piece of the puzzle, you know, it just fits into place. Mm-hmm. So that's actually why the logo for my business are puzzle pieces that fall into place. So the experiences that we use to win are like puzzle pieces that are falling into place. So anyone can find me, www.experiencetowin.com. This is real life. Real life we're doing.
And I can agree. I can relate to that, because I don't know if you remember, I know y'all came to the red carpet.
Yes.
I don't.
And the book, we bought
right.
the book.
Remember my family that came from Delray Beach?
Yes.
And they filled the whole row. And I was just so excited, because this is my family on my mom's side that, you know, if y'all know my story, I'm not overshadowing hers, but I'm just saying about the part where you can relate to, wow, I have all this family I've been missing out on all these years that came to support me. You know, don't even know me really, but they just poured, you know, the outpour of love. So I get it. Yes. I get it when you're embraced like that, and you never knew you had all this family and love out there. So I get that. So let's get on. So now you were saying that Experience to Win, about the puzzle pieces. What is this about?
Okay. So Experience to Win is the name of my business. I am an entrepreneur. And experiences that we use to win in life come from life lessons. That's where we have those experiences. So the 3 endeavors that I currently work on is I'm an author. Mm-hmm. I'm using this life experience to actually make change. I'm also a model, believe it or not. So thank you. You know, I do curvy plus size models.
Voluptuous.
You know, it's been a really great experience for several different reasons. You know, one, I have found a market now that maybe 10, 15 years ago did not exist, because BBW plus size models was not readily accepted in society, you know, many years ago.
Right.
So now I actually get the opportunity to use that platform to also be another experience to win. And I've had several different people say, I love your confidence, I love your courage, things like that.
Did you always have confidence?
I did not. I use the experiences that I've had in life to build up my confidence, which is how I can use it now to connect with different people.
So when you first started modeling,
yes,
tell me what was the biggest drawback? Like, what was your biggest fear? Did you have like self-esteem issues or?
No.
Awesome.
Even though I didn't have confidence, I didn't have self-esteem issues.
Okay.
My biggest drawback or my fear was failing. I do have a fear of failing, which is probably why I go so hard. I'm not a perfectionist, but I definitely like to put in the work to get it done. So
voluptuous women all over the world, she's telling you.
It can be done. It can be done. It is being done. It is being done. So anyone can find me on Instagram or on Facebook at Experience to Win. You will see all my pictures. You're going to see me in business wear. You're going to see me in travel and leisure. You're going to see me in casual wear. You're going to see me in evening wear. You're going to see
bathing suits?
Bathing suits. That's actually my next photo shoot. That's actually my next photo shoot coming up. Yes. Okay.
Are you... How do you feel? Because I'm gonna say this. Even a lot of people feel like some people are thin. They don't. Yeah, even though you're thin or you're middle size or large or X plus or plus, as women, we're our own worst critiquer. You know, we like, this wrong, this sagging, this hanging. You know. So, do you ever like have any of that? And you like, I'm just gonna do it, and I'm just gonna get out here and throw my hair to the wind and just do it.
I serve, Roslyn. I serve. When I come through, I serve. What it is for me is the opportunity to have people learn me and for me to connect with them. That's really what this experience is about. So for me as a model, I've actually done boudoir photo shoot, which is like lingerie, sexy, a little bit risque and things like that. And I have had nothing but compliments on it. Many people
confidence
think
is attractive.
It is.
It really is.
It is.
I never when you're like this, people don't. But if you're confident, and it draws people to you.
They do.
It does.
And I think people genuinely like who I am. Like my aura and my vibe is very chill. I'm very confident but not cocky.
Right.
I'm humble and I know what I'm about, but it's not too overbearing.
Okay.
So for me, I'm actually the type of person, I'll do any model shoot. I model sunglasses, model luggage, model liquor. If they cut the check, I'm there. So for me, modeling is modeling. I believe that it's another opportunity and another venue to connect with people. I network everywhere I go, and that's part of using my experiences to win.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, so we'll be right back. Just hold your thoughts and make sure you continue to stay tuned. Some more of Winsome coming right back. Okay, hey, we back with your girl Roslyn B and the beautiful Miss Winsome Bentley here. So she was just talking about her modeling, how you can, she'll give you some more information on how to get in touch with her if y'all want to book her for your modeling. The only thing I want to say about the modeling is back in the days, I went to John Casablanca and Lisa Melly, and it was all about the money. I had to pay and still they was all about the money. Back then, that's what modeling was. They didn't care if I was tall and lanky, had a long giraffe neck and everything. They didn't care. All they cared about was the money. And I was wondering, well, why all the other kids get modeling stuff and it's all about the money. But anyway, congratulations on your modeling endeavor. And now we're going to talk about, she does speaking as well. So tell us some more about that.
Sure. So I've been a public speaker for many years. Growing up in New York, it's something that I've done. I do it as a collateral duty for my job as well. And it's something I'm very passionate about. I really enjoy speaking and connecting with a variety of people. So the speaking topics that I cover are a variety of things. It includes family dysfunction. It includes dystopia. It includes heritage, culture, ancestral issues, generational curses, how to find your Zen zone. And that's actually a term I came up with. To find your Zen zone, you have to be able to be balanced in life, right? And in order to reach that, you actually have to, one, be fully aware that you're not balanced, and two, what courses, steps, and goals can you take to then become that way? Because when you're balanced, you're able to give of yourself and receive from others, and that's very important. So those are some of the
called Zen zone.
The Zen zone.
Zen zone. Y'all
that's
hear
right.
that? Zen zone.
That's
Okay.
right. To find the Zen zone, and of course, I definitely touch on the topics of interaction. So for relationships, social interactions, and things like that, you need a few things. You need a level of trust in order to actually have it be
genuine.
Be genuine. That's correct. Because in order for someone to receive information that you're given, they have to actually like you or even want you in their space. They have to have a level of trust, or they feel they can receive something from you, whether it's a message or money or whatever it is that they're receiving. So that's very important to understand behaviors, to understand the human mind, understand why people do the things they do, and things of that nature. So those are just some of the topics I cover. I'm actually a speaker with the International Speakers Bureau. I'm looking to expand as well. So anyone that wants to book me, you can definitely find me on social media at Experience to Win. That's on Instagram as well as Facebook. I actually have my website, www.experiencetowin.com. You will see all my endeavors on there. And of course, I can easily be reached through email, experiencetowin@gmail.com.
Awesome. So you didn't tell us, do you have any kids? And you're doing the motherly thing. And
let's get into Winsome Bentley.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me share this quick joke with everyone. When people hear my name, they actually don't believe it's my name. They believe it's a stage name. They believe it's an entertainer's name and things like that. So I've actually had to get it trademarked. It truly is my name. And the reason why I told that story is when you are interacting with people, you have to genuinely give of yourself. When people receive that, their guards get lowered, they trust you, and they become more amicable towards you. So that's one of the things I usually use as an icebreaker. And when they start to learn me, I let them know who I am and what I'm about. The fact that I am from the Caribbean. So a lot of people say, oh, Winsome, your accent comes back and forth. Oh, tell me about Jamaica. Can you speak patois? Things like that. So I let them know about that. I was married. I'm a divorcee. I have 2 sons. I did have a daughter who passed away, but she is still my child. Right. So my 2 sons, I absolutely adore everything about them. And I'm a college grad. I work in civil service, government service, have been for 23 years. Avid traveler. I absolutely adore traveling. I've done 80% of the Caribbean, the whole North America, Europe, Paris, Germany.
So we gotta take a trip to one of these islands and take her with us.
I will be the guide. I will be the tour guide. I absolutely have no problems with that, And I've done about half of the U.S. It's important. It's important to connect with people. It's important to leave the world better than you found it. It's just important to live and be good. So the experiences I have, I use that. I genuinely absolutely love connecting with people, and I think it comes from my background.
The Zen zone.
Yes.
Okay.
A lot of people tell me when they look at me, you seem so positive. Yeah, you just have that vibe. And I told them I didn't just wake up like this. It actually took time, and it took a variety of experiences to actually get to here. But I love where I am. This is the rebirth. This is Winsome 2.0, and it's a great place. So if I can assist other people in doing that, that's what I'm here for. So
let me ask you a question, because you have a lot of people that are bitter and angry, a lot of people that don't like to forgive, a lot of people that can't let go, of different stuff that has happened to them. Because a lot of our past and occurrences that have happened to us in life is what makes us who we are, especially as kids. And then you grow up and you didn't deal with that hurt or specific hurt and specific pain, then it turns you into a bitter adult, or an adult with abandonment issues, or an adult that don't trust easy, or you know what I'm saying? So what would you tell those people?
I have several things I would share with them. One, I would let them know I'm one of you. I can connect with that. I have had experiences in my childhood and my adulthood that have led me to who I am today. You seeing me like this is not the only facet. I'm a multifaceted person. I do have people that I will absolutely never forgive. That's my truth. That's my truth. They have crossed the line, and that is an absolute no-go for me, period. There are actually opportunities for people to change if they are willing. I would never tell someone, hey, you should be this way, or you are this way, or you're wrong for feeling this way. What I would encourage them to do, or what I would highly suggest, is to do two things. One, figure out what's the goal. Do you want to let go of the pain? Because that's the first thing. Mm-hmm. You actually have to want to let go of it. If you do, then of course there's several ways. There's meditation, there's prayer, there's counseling. There's someone that is in your life that you actually trust, forming a bond with them. It's also about releasing in a new environment. That's part of the Zen zone. When you get out of your old environment and go into a new environment, your mind opens up. You feel different. When you look good, you feel good. There's so many different ways. Sleeping, reading, art, music. Some people use sex. Some people have different things. There is an abundance of ways to actually get there. For the people that actually do not want to forgive, I say give yourself time. Be patient with yourself. Give yourself time, because how you feel and how you hurt is solely on you. There is no time, there is no right or wrong. And there are some people in the world that have absolutely crossed certain lines that I believe are unforgivable. So I understand those people. When I dealt with a situation like this, I can laugh now, but I look back and I scratch my head and I said, wow, if I didn't take this test, I would have gone my whole life not knowing this. My children would have gone their whole life not knowing this. It rocks you. It shakes you. When you think the levels of deception within your own family, people that you trust. I mean, come on. Especially when you find yourself in a situation that you did not cause. So I'm an understanding person. I'm very active in the community. I think I'm pretty much aware of human behaviors, and I try to be understanding as to why. I don't have to agree, but I try to understand why. Right. And that comes from, my degree is in criminal justice, but I have a double minor in sociology and psychology. So it's important just to understand people. Even if you don't agree, it's important to understand.
Okay. So with that being said, I do want to say this. To you out there, learn to love yourself. And I think that's the biggest thing that you can do, is to learn to love yourself. Because when you learn to love yourself and accept yourself, flaws and all, and it changes your mindset.
Agreed.
Once you learn to love yourself, know what your self-worth is. Because I've traveled that road. And loving yourself is not about getting up, washing your face, put on makeup, and combing your hair. Loving yourself is loving you. Loving who you are with your mistakes, your flaws, your shortcomings, and accepting yourself and forgiving yourself and allowing yourself to replace anger and bitter with peace. And once you get to that level, then you can love others, and then you can share with others, and you can be real with others, because once you're genuine with yourself, you can be genuine with others.
And let me add to that real quick. You really touched on a great point, Roslyn, because genuineness, people receive that. People like that. People connect with that, right? And that comes from transparency. So I would just like to add to what Roslyn said. If you can actually own who you are and be vulnerable enough to be transparent, people can learn you, connect with you, and that's actually how you build bonds. So I agree with you.
Thank you.
Yes.
So thank you for coming today. We have the lovely Winsome Bentley, also author of the book MindBlown,
Currently on Amazon.
So tell everyone how to find your book, what the cost is, and your emails, websites, whatever.
Of course. Everyone, I can easily be found at my own website. You can type in www.experiencetowin.com. That's experience, the number 2, WIN.com. I'm also all over social media. It's not hard to find me. I am on Instagram as Experience to Win. I am on Facebook as Experience to Win. I'm currently also on YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn, and TikTok. All of it Experience to Win. Anyone would like to email me directly, it's experiencetowin@gmail.com. I currently have my calendar up for any bookings for speaking, any book signings that any bookstores would like to do with me, and of course modeling gigs as well. We cover it all.
Okay. So it's your girl Roslyn B. We're going to close out for today, and I will see y'all next time. And be blessed, be positive, be a role model, be inspiring, be encouraging to somebody, because you never know what type of day someone is having. You never know what type of struggles they're going through. And like she said, everybody has a story. And, you know, sometimes we could be the last person that someone encounters before they make certain decisions. So please, 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 if you don't have anything kind to say, don't say nothing at all. And if you can't help somebody, just stay out the way.
And you know what? To add to what you're saying real quick, Roslyn, great points, great points. I've been very active in the community in New York and Florida for almost 30 years. You come across a variety of people, a variety of cultures, variety of languages, variety of looks, variety of things like that. And I've learned over time that people commonly get bonded through a variety of things. Respect, everyone bonds through that. Love, music. You know, there's just certain things that are universal. So I absolutely agree with you. Let's leave the world better than we found it. It's important to use whatever experience you've been through to actually just be a better person than you were.
Well said. I couldn't have said it any better. Okay, so remember to get my girl's book called MindBlown. Beautiful Winsome Bentley here. She gave you the information on how to obtain her book. How to book her for her modeling and speaking engagements. And in case you haven't seen my story, stay tuned for the trailer of my story, Looking in the Mirror. So this your girl Roslyn B. Please stay tuned. See y'all next time. Be blessed, be encouraging, be an inspiration to somebody, and keep looking to the stars from whence cometh our help. Y'all have a good one.
Get out.
I'm sorry I've been bad. I promise I'll be good from now on.
My mom had gotten in the habit of dropping me off with totally different strangers. One day while my mom was doing one of her vanishing acts, my Aunt Cece dropped me off to my grandmother on my dad's side named Beatrice. Boy, I sure didn't know what I was getting myself into.
Better not tell nobody what happened.
Then I was sentenced to prison and pregnant.
I'm Dr. Lewis, and this is Nurse Thomas. Relax.
Okay.
So I ended up going back to jail. I still couldn't get it right. And I met a girl named Tammy, and we became fast friends. And she introduced me to her brother E.
I'm gonna end up putting the ring right there on that finger. I ain't playing.
You drive a hard bargain, baby.
You crazy.
Go get your shit and let's go.
I'm not coming home.
Go
now.
get your shit.
Whoa, come
I
on.
don't deserve this.
So what, you gonna shoot me?
If we ask you to do something, you do it.
right.
Why did you take that money from my purse?
Really gonna come over here with this? Oh, you came here to play, huh?
I'm ready to take things to the next level.
Hey, this your girl, Roslyn B. You know me.
Come on.